You wake up before your alarm. Not because you're well rested, but because the walls are thin. You hear your mother in the kitchen, coins clinking. She whispers numbers to herself, as if whispering might make them stretch further. Then silence. A sigh, short, tired, almost swallowed. You pretend to be asleep, because getting up means watching her smile, but everything's fine, and you can't take that smile this morning. Your room is small, paint peeling near the window. A single shoe lies on its side, sole worn thin. You trace the crack in the ceiling with your eyes like a map. A map out, but every path looks blocked. At school you learn quickly not to ask. You don't ask for trips, or new books, or even lunch money when you forget it. You learn the weight of words like later and next month. Birthdays become quiet promises everyone hopes you forget. And you do, kind of. But late at night, when the house finally quietens, you let yourself imagine, just for a minute, a life where the lights stay on without worry, where your parents' hands rest instead of ache. Then morning comes again. Same cracked ceiling, same coins, same size, but something tiny and stubborn has started to grow inside you. A quiet refusal. A voice that doesn't shout yet, but also doesn't leave. One day, you don't know how or when, but one day, this ends. Years pass, and survival becomes routine. You get a job as soon as you can. Long hours, small pay, tired feet that never quite recover. You tell yourself this is temporary. Everyone says that, but weeks blur. One evening on your break, you notice an older co-worker. No phone, no noise, just a worn book. Out of boredom more than anything, you ask why he reads. He looks up, smiles a little, and says, "The richest people, they get paid for what they know, not how hard they suffer." That sentence follows you home and sits beside you like an unwelcome truth. That night, instead of sleeping, you search, how do people actually get out of this? You fall down a rabbit hole, skills, investing, business. It feels overwhelming, almost laughable, but for the first time, success looks less like magic, more like instructions. So you start small, painfully small. Wake up earlier. Read when everything in your body wants sleep. Save when there's almost nothing left. Say no to things that used to numb you. Friends joke you're getting boring. Some drift away. It stings, but you keep going. The first money you make from your new skill is almost embarrassing. A few pounds, maybe less. But you stare at that payment like it's proof. Proof that something else is possible. You don't celebrate loudly. You just sit there, breathing differently for the first time. Months stack. You get better, then better again. The work is hard, lonely sometimes. Doubt shows up often, whispers that you're pretending. But so does discipline, quieter and more reliable. And then one ordinary morning, your phone starts buzzing. One order, then another, then another. You refresh the screen like you don't believe it. Numbers climb slowly, then quickly. Your hands shake, not from greed, but from release. All those nights, all those no's, all that quiet work answering back at once. The first thing you clear is debt, quietly. No announcement, no posts, just a deep breath you didn't know you were holding. Then bills stop being scary. Then one day, you hand your mum keys, not to a palace, but to a place that feels safe. She runs her hand along the doorframe like she doesn't trust it. Her eyes fill, but she doesn't let the tears fall. She just says, "It's quiet here." That sentence hits harder than any number ever did. You realize then, this was never about looking rich. It was about removing fear, about peace. People will see the outcome. They'll see a house, maybe a car, cleaner clothes, calmer face. They'll call it luck. What they won't see is the years you lived quietly. When no one clapped, when quitting felt reasonable, and you kept going anyway. If someone asks how, maybe you won't give a perfect speech. Maybe you'll simply say, I got tired of waiting for rescue. In the end, the biggest change wasn't money. It was believing you were allowed to want more and proving it quietly, one decision at a time.